there! We have an amazing Pisces full moon on September 1st and 2nd. Now, the sun will enter Virgo on August 22nd, and that brings the focus to your health, well-being, and vitality, your work, your service, your dharma. So the energy will shift, and you'll probably feel it as we move out of the cycle of Leo and into harvest time, Virgo. Now, I have experienced weight gain this year. I caught the COVID-15 that they call the extra 15. And when I stepped on the scale, I think it was back in early May, I was like, huh? What? Because I wasn't fitting into my pants. And so I was like, whoa. And so I wrote a really good article about it, and you can visit that link at my blog. The link is below in the Show More section. I got a lot of feedback from people. They too have experienced weight gain with what's been going on with all of us this year. And so then, of course, I immediately took action starting in May. Not anything drastic, but cut out I had this thing for crackers. You know, this first part of 2020, and then when we all were quarantined and social distancing, and I just had like this thing for crackers. And so then, you know, in early May, when I stepped on the scale and I got my Saturn awakening, it was like, whoa, what is going on here? And so then I, changed my habits, and I have released 13 pounds, a little bit, maybe even 14 pounds so far. And I always use the word release when I take off weight, because if you use the word lose, you never want to lose anything. So losing, if you lose something, you're going to want it back. But if you release something, it's gone for good. So I didn't do anything drastic. I just cut out the junk food, cut out the snacking, and watched my portions. And that seems to be working pretty good for me. So I talked about that, and I thought you might find it interesting here in the cycle of Virgo, and maybe even some of you can relate to the weight gain. You know, another thing too is when you work in front of a camera, the camera adds 10 pounds. So that was not good. It's like, whoa, this doesn't work for me. So I think it's really important that we take good care of ourselves and stay in our ideal weight range so that we're not attracting more things that we don't want. And being in Virgo, this is a great time to focus on your health, your well-being, and vitality. And in Virgo, it's really important that we use the power of our mind to stay out of worry, because Virgos are known to be the worrywarts. And I've got enough Virgo in my own chart, I know, but I have mastered that as I've gotten older. I've learned to not focus on what I don't want and focus on what I do want, and not allow my mind to go there. So we definitely want to be practicing that now here in the cycle of Virgo, and use the power of your mind to manifest what you want, because this is a fabulous Pisces full moon happening here, and there is magic and miracles with this moon. And with the moon in Pisces, Pisces is ruled by both Jupiter and Neptune, and both of them have the ability to, especially Jupiter, to bring you what you want. Now, Neptune helps you through spirituality and visualization. Of course, the challenge with Neptune is that we can also use it to escape reality, and that's never good. So we do want to watch for that. I think it's good to escape momentarily through a book, through being outdoors, through a movie, playing games, fine to escape when we know that we're in an illusion. Dangerous when we're thinking it's reality or we're using wishful thinking. Neptune is the king of wishful thinking. If we don't follow it through with action, we're just chasing windmills and rainbows. Rainbows are beautiful, however, they fade into the mist and we're left standing right where we were. So a full moon is an opposition, and an opposition is asking for a blending of the two. So with the sun in Virgo, Virgo is about being practical, being responsible, doing our work, doing our chores, getting everything done. Pisces is about visualizing what you want in your life, using the power of visualization, using the power of intention, spirituality, creativity, and staying grounded, Virgo, being practical with our dreaming, yet also allowing for the intention and the visualization to expand our consciousness into new areas and not being so myopic with the details that we are losing sight of the big picture. Now, the good news is, and there's a lot of good news in this cycle of Virgo, is Uranus, who's been a troublemaker at the Leo new moon and at the Aquarius full moon, is sextile the moon in Pisces. He's exactly trining the sun in Virgo and sextile the moon in Pisces. This is fantastic. It doesn't get any better than this. With Uranus in harmony with the sun and the moon, this can be magic and miracles where you are experiencing sudden inspiration, sudden opportunities. The key is to take action, to not just, oh, I had this vision, I had this dream. Write it down, record it. Don't let it slip into the mist, because as fast as it comes in, you don't want it to evaporate in the atmosphere. So you could be experiencing a brilliant idea, a brilliant breakthrough. And this can happen, say, while you're doing the most mundane tasks. You're doing the laundry, you're walking the dog, you're walking down the street, and then all of a sudden you get this amazing breakthrough and inspiration, and a door opens. Or you solve a problem that's been, troubling you, and all of a sudden you have the answer. And that is how this type of energy works, and why it's so fabulous to work with the energy. And Uranus being an ally now is really good news, that he is in harmony with both lights at the time of the full moon, inspiring you, uplifting you, and it comes from unexpected places. That's why it's so important to take action, because if you're stirring the pot over here, working on something, working on getting something going over here, or increasing something over here, yet over here comes this amazing opportunity, you run with it, because it's because you've been stirring the pot over there. It's because you've been putting your intention out to the universe of what you want in your life. More prosperity, greater opportunity, whatever it is, it could come from unexpected places, unexpected people. And that's why we want to be listening. With the full moon in Pisces and the sun in Virgo, this is a very spiritual access. These are the signs of self-mastery over our ego and being in world service. Hey, and world service can be anything from baking a cookie to, helping others do their homework. It doesn't have to be the cure for cancer, although it can be, and that would be very welcomed. But it can be the simplest of tasks. That is your world service. Pisces is the last sign that we must master in order to ascend off the wheel of karma. And in Pisces, it is about taking those quiet moments, in your day and meditating, resting your brain, resting your mind, and detaching from the chaos going on in our world right now, detaching from the karma and rising above it. Pisces is a very emotional sign. It's an intuitive sign. And so we can easily be overwhelmed by our own emotions because of the nature of Pisces. And that's when we want to practice that extreme self-care and not overeat, using weight as a barrier, but using our own quiet time, quiet moments, meditation. If we start to feel overwhelmed by our emotions or other people's energy or, the news or whatever you feel is overwhelming you at this time, the universe wants for you to step back and protect your space and take that quiet moment. Breathe and be very present and listen. It's in the quiet moments that we hear the voice of God within, our mighty I Am Presence, our higher self. Avoid people that drain you. Avoid situations that drain you. Give yourself that extra space that you need in this cycle of Pisces, because there are opportunities here for you. The universe wants you to dream big. There is divine inspiration here, and in Pisces, the recognition that all are one. We are all stars in the sky. Everyone is the center of their own universe. And with its, both rulers, modern ruler Jupiter and, traditional ruler Jupiter and modern ruler Neptune, and it will be in harmony with both as it moves forward. It will couple with Neptune, and it will sextile opportunity with Jupiter. This can give you creative energy and opportunity, sudden inspiration that can propel you forward this year in the coming weeks and months, which is really exciting. Now, Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Mercury is in harmonious aspect with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. This is really good news because with Mercury, the power to think, the power to communicate, speaking, writing, teaching, short distance travel, business. This is an excellent time for starting a business. This is an excellent time for study. This is an excellent time for planning and organizing. With it in harmonious energy flow with Pluto, this can give you the power to be efficient and effective. I love this type of astrology because, when you have those days where you're focusing and you're working and everything just lines up, you just go from one task to the next task, and then you finish that day and you feel really accomplished because you got so much done. It's that type of energy with the sun, which will also be in positive energy flow, trining Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn as the sun moves forward here in September. Jupiter will exactly trine the sun on the 9th of September. That could be a magical day. Mark that down. Now, Mars is going to take his turn to reverse that day, and I'll come back and do a separate video on that, with Mars going retrograde September 9th through November 13th. That's a significant aspect. However, he is in his own sign, so there will be many advantages to that position, although he is going to cross over uh, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. But those are also turning points and calls to action, which I'll talk about when I do that video. Here, at this time of the Pisces full moon, he's direct, and Mercury and the Sun are in positive energy flow with Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn. This is good news. This is excellent. Saturn can help you make a plan for whatever you're doing. So you can be having this amazing breakthrough here at the Pisces full moon here in September. And you can put it into action because Saturn's showing you how to do that. Saturn is showing you how to take what you're thinking and create a plan to make it happen. And that is what successful people do. Is they have an idea, they have a vision, they take a chance, but they follow it through with action, and they have a plan. And when you have a plan and you follow it through with action and commitment, it's success. It brings you what you want. So this is a great time to start a new business, start a new endeavor, start a new project, study, take your business to the next level, take whatever you're doing to the next level. This is a wonderful month, and the astrology is very positive this month to grow and flourish in wherever you want to focus your energy. And you can also feel certain about your plans. And I love the word certain because this has been the year of uncertainty. And so with the harmony in Virgo and the Pisces full moon helping us, we can feel certain about the plans we're putting into action here in September. That's great news too. And Saturn gives you the roadmap, on how to make it all work, because there's a creative connection between your imagination and your will to make it happen. And miracles can happen, you know, where there's been this problem and then all of a sudden you have the solution. All of a sudden you have the answer that you've been seeking and that you've been wanting. And in my next YouTube Insiders course here in the fall, my fall course, we're going to be working with magic and miracles because the participants that sign up for this course have chosen to experience magic and miracles in their life. And we're going to be working with both. So if that's something you feel called to, click on the free webinar below and check out my free webinar coming up here on September 10th and 14th. I'd love to see you there. Now, this is really exciting what's happening here because Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, is so strong here. He is in positive energy flow with both Pluto and Saturn, and he's moved past Jupiter. However, the energy is still on, and that is the power of your mind to attract what you want, manifest what you want, not because you're off in some fantasy, but because you are doing the work. You're taking your vision, you're taking your hunch. Hey, this might work. If I try this course, if I try this project, if I try this method, this technique, this might work for me. And then you follow it through with action and a plan. And that is power. That is the way to use these energies. It's time to dream big. It's time to grab those dreams of yours that maybe this year you kind of put on the shelf because of all the chaos going on in the world. The universe wants you to take it off the shelf now here in September and go for it. Put it into action. Yes, be grounded, be practical, but at the same time, reach for the stars, reach for your dreams. Don't stay in the dreams or stay in the stars. We want to keep our feet on the ground so that we are balancing the two. We are being intuitive, but we're also being practical. We are willing to go for our dreams. We're also willing to do the work, to do our homework, and test as we go to see how effective and efficient our thinking is, our plan is. And when we do that, the universe rewards you with greater prosperity, greater abundance. And abundance isn't just money, it's great health, it's a great life, it's feeling good, feeling optimistic. And that's where we want to be. Allow for the universe to bring us the opportunities, the golden opportunities that we're ready for.